Meanwhile, a confrontation is quickly shaping up between the former president and the House committee investigating the January 6th riot, insurrection, and attempt to overturn the election. There's now less than an hour left for 4 former Trump aides to comply with a subpoena for documents related to the Capitol riot and the effort to deny Joe Biden the presidency. NBC News confirming a Politico report that Trump is directing those aides to defy the committee's subpoenas. Trump's lawyer sent them all a letter telling them not to cooperate. It also says Trump intends to assert executive privilege, but former presidents don't get to do that. Here's what 2 members of the January 6th committee had to say earlier tonight.
The former president doesn't have the authority to order them not to comply. We're prepared to take any and all actions available to us to force compliance.
The former president has done everything he can to try to get in the way of this investigation. I would expect that we would make decisions relatively quickly on what the next steps might be.
Today, that committee issued 3 more subpoenas to 2 pro-Trump activists, plus an organization deeply involved in rallies held before the insurrection. One request for documents and deposition went to Ali Alexander, the leader of the group Stop the Steal, which, as its name might imply, was one of the most prominent organizations pushing the big lie. The panel cited reports that say Alexander referenced possible use of violence to achieve his organization's goals and had been in touch with the White House and members of Congress. There is also stunning new information tonight about the sheer intensity of Trump's relentless effort to cling to power. Senate Judiciary Committee today released a nearly 400-page report titled Subverting Justice: How the Former President and His Allies Pressured the Department of Justice to Overturn the 2020 Election. Says it right there in the title. Among the previously unknown revelations, Trump directly asked DOJ 9 times to help him investigate baseless claims of voter fraud. The report even includes a photo from an Oval Office meeting with DOJ leadership on New Year's Eve, December 31st. Senate report also describes another Oval Office meeting just 3 days before the insurrection, in which Trump pressured the then acting Attorney General Jeffrey Rosen and others. Trump discussed replacing Rosen with another justice official who'd promised to pursue the election lies. He only backed down after Rosen, his deputy, even White House counsel Pat Cipollone threatened mass resignations. Cipollone is said to have argued Trump's proposed ban would be a, quote, murder-suicide pact. Senate Judiciary Chairman Dick Durbin says the report's findings show the grave risk during those final weeks of the last administration.
We were so close to a constitutional crisis. To think that we would allow Donald Trump to question the outcome of a presidential election and to defy all of the legal analysis which said that there was no massive voter fraud, that he flat out lost the election. That was a serious moment in the history of the United States. Shame on us if we just pass it by.
Republicans on the committee, led by Senator Chuck Grassley, are out with their own analysis of the president's actions following his election loss. In addition to citing Trump's concern about, quote, what he perceived as an attack on the electoral system, this report also finds his actions were consistent with his responsibilities as president to faithfully execute the law. Grassley, by the way, the dean of the Senate Republicans, is speaking at Trump's rally in Iowa this week.